Hello, I'm Gretchen Soren, Director of the Cooperstown Graduate Program at SUNY Oneonta. Here at CGP, we strive to develop real leaders in the museum field who will become creative leaders, who will be entrepreneurial leaders, and who will seek to generate programs for the public good. We believe that museums should be at the center of community life, and we focus on preparing our students to be critically engaged. At CGP, our mission is to make great students into great museum professionals.
Imagine a graduate program where I
can enjoy Mr. Honecker's famous outlaw bread.
Where I can work with other SUNY graduates like Aaron Richardson at the Fenimore Art Museum.
Where I can have a great cup of coffee at Stagecoach.
Where I can play Frisbee at Badger Park.
Where I can visit historic sites in Cooperstown, such as Smalley's. Let's go!
Where I can explore the Clark family's Kingfisher Tower.
build your home at the nation's premier museum studies program. We're building the future of museums today.
She is the New York State Historical Association President's right hand. Megan.
Who is Melanie Bruce?
That is correct.
I'll take people for 400, please.
Thornton Burgess was the master's thesis topic of this Associate Director of the Research Library of Nisha. Christine.
Who is Daddy Bucko?
That is incorrect. Jeanette.
Who is Wayne Wright?
That is correct.
Let's do people for 600.
Great. This Education Programs Manager at Nisha is also a tap dancer. Megan.
Who is Bojangles?
No. Jeanette or Christine?
Who is Maria Van?
That is correct.
Let's do people for 800, please.
This new visiting professor was the former Shelburne Museum Executive Vice President. Jeanette.
Who is Brian Alexander?
Very good. CEO, commutes from Utica, New York. Christine.
Who is Paul D'Ambrosio?
That is correct.
Let's do, and more people for 200, Alex.
The daughter of this CGP assistant professor shares her first name with the wife of Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Megan.
Who is Will Walker?
That is correct.
I'll take and more people for 400, please.
And your clue, this Nisha manager of school and farm programs interned and attended graduate school at Longwood Gardens. Christine?
Who is Keelan Purcell?
That is correct.
Scooby Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now.
Thanks, Mr. Landers. These sure are the best waffles I've ever had. So what's the plan for a day in Cooperstown?
I'd like to tour the Fenimore Art Museum and maybe go to the Farmers Museum. I heard they're right next to each other.
Don't forget the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Like, I've heard great reviews of the Alex and Ike restaurant. We should go there first. Ram!
Shaggy, you're already eating.
Yeah, but that's like right now. What about 20 minutes from now? I should be thinking of my future.
Well, whatever you decide, please stay away from the Farmers Museum until it's safer.
Safer? Why would a museum be dangerous?
Well, for the past week, there's been reports of tourists being attacked by some strange figure up at the Farmers Museum.
Strange figure?
Some people are saying it's the ghost of Kelso or Buttons or an Indian from the Indian burial ground up on Main Street.
The ghost?
In our experience, there's no such thing as ghosts.
Why would a ghost want to attack people?
Well, that's what people are saying. I'm not sure what they have against the Farmers Museum. I just don't want you kids getting hurt.
Hurt?
Jinkies.
Zoinks?
Well, it hasn't happened yet, but I just don't want you people to be the first victims.
Victims? Zoinks!
Well, it looks like we've got another mystery to solve.
All right then, to the Cooperstown Farmers Museum. Wow, this place looks deserted.
Like, why is that so strange?
According to this brochure, it's usually packed during the summer. Jinkies, think about all the kids who won't be able to learn 19th century agricultural technology because their parents are worried over some ghost monster.
I just talked to Keelan. She said the monster doesn't come out unless there's a group of people around to scare.
Oh well, we'll have to tell them to stop giving tours. Mystery solved. I think we should go see Burlington Greens. I hear it's nice this time of year.
Not so fast, you two! If people stop touring the museum, it'll lose funding and it'll shut down. Think of all the museum workers that'll lose their livelihoods. There's only one way to solve this mystery.
Like, go home?
We need to tour the Farmers Museum.
Ruh-roh!
Okay, gang, let's split up.
Look, Scoob, it looks like they grow their own corn. Ran beans, Raggy. I wonder if they've missed a few veggies or two. Or 12. Seems to be stuck. Harvesting's harder than I thought. Raggy! Don't worry, Scoob. I won't hog it all. Raggy! Corn, lend me your ear. Zoinks! Ghost monster! Sorry, Mr. Ghost Monster. Here you go.
Good work, gang.
But who could it be?
Like, I bet it was Susan Terrell.
Dr. Terrell, the Dean of the School of Social Science at SUNY Oneonta?
Yeah, like psychotherapists are always messing with people's minds.
No, Shaggy.
Well, it can't have been Nate Conti or John Hart. We saw them in the gift shop just before the monster appeared.
So, Mr. Ed? Nope, Rosemary and her husband were both out of town when the monster showed up.
Edward St. Clair?
Wrong again. In fact, it wasn't a man at all.
Then who was it, Velma?
I figured it out after I had a private conversation with Gwen Miner. It all made sense after that. You were angry that you couldn't take home any of the food you helped prepare in the museum kitchen. Only museum staff and volunteers are allowed to eat the food made in demonstrations. Isn't that right, Kathy Raditz?
It was so delicious. I wanted to share it with my husband, but Gwen Miner wouldn't give me the recipe for Dr. Don.
Dr. Don? I thought your husband's name was Marston.
No, that's Jerry's husband.
You should have talked to Gwen Miner instead of scaring away the tourists. She would have told you that she accidentally gave the recipe to Marston, thinking that he was your husband. All this over a simple misunderstanding. Yep.
Well, I guess that solves the mystery, gang.
Yeah, there's only like one more question to answer.
What's that?
Like, what is this recipe, and where can I hide some?
Shaggy!
Scooby-Dooby-Doo!
Places for 200.
The first 4 Baseball Hall of Fame classes joined together in the first induction weekend in Cooperstown in this year. Jeanette?
1936.
No. Christine?
What is 1939?
That is correct.
I'll take places for 400, Alex.
Now a bed and breakfast in Oakesville, New York, the Stone Mansion was built in 1828 and was once used as a wire factory. Megan?
What is Toad Hall?
Very good.
Since 1964, the Cooperstown Graduate Program has produced leaders who have engaged their communities and influenced museums throughout the world. Constantly striving to remain at the forefront of the museum industry, we train our students to be innovative and professional. CGP is a community where students may express themselves through spontaneous hootenannies and develop the skills required to be successful museum professionals. Come join us. We would love to have you.